Hello, folks, and welcome to Thoughts on Dragon Ball Super. This is episode 76. I tried my best to actually get the old laptop for one last time. One last time to at least allow us to actually have one original, usual setup of how Thoughts on Dragon Ball Super should be, but sadly, it acted like a crazy psycho. But anyways, where we last left off, they actually were on this island, and it's a good idea to actually make this a one-off, because if I actually lop this together as a 5 episode video, then it's kind of it's a good idea to actually do this. And plus, it's testing the waters to see if you guys actually like to have one episode or just 5 or 10. Here we go. So more than anything, this actually makes them go against, in quotations, their fears or their roughest bad guys or villains that they had to go against. And for Krillin here, so far, it looks like there's a few that's like, oh, dang, bad memories from, sadly, I don't even remember the name of the guy that's green with the wings. Sorry, folks. That most likely was in Dragon Ball or even Dragon Ball Z movie. But yeah, I have no idea. But of course, for Frieza, he killed him. And then what's even crazier is that they actually summoned up even more. So you had Raditz showing up and you had Deborah showing up. It's like, oh, that's kind of funny. Too bad Pew Pew didn't show up. That's kind of sad. More than anything, you had Deborah and you had Super Boo. It's like, wow, he got screwed twice. What the frick? Yeah, so you have Krillin here who actually has to face his fear. And the good news is that, me personally, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be overkill. But they're not really doing anything. The only thing they're doing is just starting a fist fight. That's it. No actual powers. So yeah, I mean, it's not really a threat, but Krillin remembers what they've done, and it's like, ooh, man, it's really something that has to come over. And then we get into the really ridiculousness. Freaking damn Bulma shows up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we got Kami and also Baba actually decided to, yeah, so they're looking in the viewing globe. I know it's Power Rangers, but still, yeah, they're looking through the crystal ball, and it looks like Android 18 and Marin actually shows up as well. So it looks like, yeah, Master Roshi actually decided to give some therapy, drastic therapy for Krillin at the most. Kind of interesting. So the island's name is called the Forest of Terror, and apparently Forest of Terror just goes deep inside of you, all your thoughts and memories, and brings them out. And apparently the forest is between this world, the world that they're in right now, and the next, most likely mean that is like living and dead or something like that. It turns out Android 18 is a little bit worried. She's like, yeah, she's a bit worried. And as for Goku, Goku actually has to get Krillin and fly. Oh my gosh. And of course, it already explained the whole memory of battle, even though Bulma, on the other hand, I have no idea why she popped up. And Bulma can fly. Woo! So Goku actually got the idea of why not do a Kamehameha on all of them while in the sky. So it did the trick. Everyone just disappeared. Yeah, some got obliterated, some got disappeared, and then, well, they're on and continuing on with the stuff. The thing is that, yeah, Krillin does have the question of, will they just reappear or something? And of course, Goku's like, man, it's fun, man, it's fun. And Krillin's like, man, I understand that is you, but for me personally, yeah, there's lots of bad memories. Lots of freaking damn bad memories. Well, at least the good news is that Krillin didn't get screwed over by Cell, but he did get beaten the freak up, but not killed. That's the good news. Yeah, Goku, yeah, this led into Goku having a heart-to-heart with Krillin, and Krillin's like, I just won't fight. And this is not worth getting strong if I have to deal with all this crap. And it's like, I'm leaving, and he's like, I'm not like you, dude. I'm not like you. I'm not able to do exactly what you're doing. Which is so true. I mean, everything got up to ante after Frieza. Yeah, it's like, yeah, after Frieza. Definitely when Frieza happened, though. But still, things got up to ante, and it's just up there. I forgot to mention the fact of Krillin admitted that he was also scared. And one thing about the Forest of Terror is you can't leave. It won't let you fly out. You can't leave. Now, let me just explain how it works. So first, it creates a dome with the branches. Then all of a sudden, it decides to do protocol, and apparently the flowers emit some kind of mist, or you can actually say spores, and that actually summons the memories. And they were bigger, and they actually did do some rough housing with Krillin, and Goku was like completely stuck in there. Yeah, Krillin got punched all the way down to the ground, and he has no choice but to find his inner strength. Of course, like I was thinking, is that during all this is happening, you know that Roshi, Baba, and of course Android 18 and Marin is watching along. And of course Marin has questions about what's going on with Daddy. Why is Daddy not fighting? And Android 18 just came up with the idea, which makes sense, is the fact of he's fighting with himself. That's the real thing that's going on here. And well, Krillin actually is he got punched and now he's falling all the way into a endless pit kind of thing. Well, actually, it's like a big crater that he's falling into. So Krillin, luckily for Krillin, he actually landed in some waterfall, landed on a decent rock. Yeah, he's just laying there. He's taking the breath. As for Goku, however, he's fighting. He's continuing to fight. And now, yeah, he just reappeared for like the third time. He turned Super Saiyan 3 and he's like, I'm just going to finish all of you at once. So it turns out there's something very special. And thank goodness Goku, after they turned very, very big, we're like, okay, let's do it. Goku actually figured something out and he stopped and he just meditated and he just disappeared. So it turns out there's something to the island, and now it's Krillin's turn to find it out. And the island's a big fat jerk because as soon as Krillin decides to get up, there are bunches upon bunches of freaking Friezas just looking at him, waiting to fight. Oh my gosh, oh, that's just messed up, man. That is just cruel. Oh my gosh, the freaking damn forest is continuing to mess up. So bunches of freezes. Then all of a sudden, when he turns around and looked again, there's the freezes are big now, and freaking Krillin screams and Goku heard it. Oh my gosh, man, you guys are truly cruel. Well, since Goku can't fly, he decides to do one smart thing. He calls Flying Nimbus. So now he's going to look for Krillin now. And well, Krillin's still with a bunch of freaking damn freezes. They're all looking at him, smiling and everything. Oh my gosh. Again, this is truly a messed up freaking torture here. This is cruel. Yeah, and then it gets even more crueler. The fact that they allow him to change again. So they changed him from the green guy to Cell. And then it's settled for Nappa. And first, Krillin does Solar Flare. Then after that, he does Destructo Disc. And they regenerated and have no effect on him. And well, Krillin finally figured something out. And it turns out he has to calm his mind. Once he calm his mind, they don't do anything. And that's one lesson that Krillin apparently had to learn. He has to calm his mind and control his energies. And well, Krillin finally struck the first punch at Nappa and he's gone. And he actually also revealed something else, the fact of if he fears the past, he won't move forward and stuff like that. You know, the jibber jabber of he needs to move on and don't allow the past to define what he should be doing and why he should cringe. So there's one final test, and the final test is including Super Shenron. And Goku is completely squished. He can't move along with Flying Nimbus. So I think chances are it's up to Krillin to actually help him. Note, Super Shenron is smaller than what you believe because, well, this is a fake one and he has bad breath. It's amazing that, yes, the viewing party and Android 18's like, get out of the way, no, because Super Shenron's about to strike him. And she's like, no, and well, Master Roshi actually says that Krillin's on the verge of rising above himself. He's fine. So after freaking Goku, because he was able to, they both charged and fired. Goku was actually blue Super Saiyan, and Krillin, he actually rose in power level, I think. And as soon as they defeated him, the paradise plant that they should be looking for has just grew right out of nowhere. That's kind of funny. So there was a heart-to-heart between Goku and Krillin. He decided to become a martial artist again, and he's not doing it for Marin at all. He's doing it for himself. and he wants to actually become strong just like Goku. Sadly, that heart to heart wasn't actually understood by Goku, so let's see. They brought the plants back, and it turns out since it wasn't a race, because, well, it wasn't going to be a race anyways, the special skill that he actually knows was fake. But of course, you could technically say that the idea of it was more the fact of them actually understanding how to control their energies and their mind is really what they were going after, not the special technique. Oh yes, and also the plant. It turned out that special herb actually is what makes Master Roshi live 1,000 years plus. So it's a good idea to get some of that later. And of course, I forgot the sister actually makes him. Yeah, so he owes his sister 10 million zenny because of what she helped him out with. So yeah, we got that, and well, sadly, Krillin is bald again. That's kind of sad, but well, he's becoming a martial artist again. I guess he's quitting being a police officer. Oh well, it was good while it lasted. So in the end, Marin's okay. Marin actually is happy that he's bald again, and of course, it is Android 18 who actually is shaving him. And at the end of it, well, apparently Goku is a bit rusty and needs to spar with someone, so Krillin is up. But of course, no turning Super Saiyan. And well, a good reason why this actually has been a one off is because, well, next time we're going to have the contest. The contest will start. And of course, well, we're going to have some interesting thing that happens. Yeah, something very unbelievable happens that you're not going to believe it. But, anyways, cool. But of course, the thing that's going to happen next makes you actually question, so does that mean GT actually is real? Anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another Thoughts on Dragon Ball Super.